Hey bookwormies, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. Today we are doing another travel vlog. It is a ski travel vlog, so it is going to be cozy. Now technically the day started yesterday, but yesterday I didn't actually make it to the spot because there was this whole issue where there was an avalanche alert and so they told us the road is closed, come tomorrow. So we stayed at another place and then today we started everything. But yeah, I have reading updates because I have been reading. Let me find the books that I was reading. So I started actually, before this whole vlog even started, I would say, this whole trip started, I read the first book in the Dirty Air series, which is Throttled, which is between, what were their names? Noah and Maya. And it is such a fun book. I loved it. It is F1, so it is just it was sort of because I did karting a few years back, nothing professional at all, it's just for fun, and I really loved it, so just seeing F1 and a book about that, romance F1 book, it's just so fun, so I was just really excited to read it, and the first book was so fun, I loved it. It was a bit more chillax, there's not any super heavy topics going on, so it's just a fun romance, and I loved it. I gave it 4 stars, it was super fun, I love the relationship, and seeing the snippets of Liam and Sophie was yes, thank you. And then I started this trip yesterday, we had a road trip of 6-7 hours. Unironically, I don't know how much hours it was, but pretty much I decided to start reading, what is it called? Wrecked? What was the second one called? Let me check. The second one, oh, Collided, sorry. The second book was Collided, and I loved it. It was also such a fun book. I loved it. It was a teensy bit darker, which was perfect, and I just, I loved it. No, also in the first book, there were some issues going on with, Noah and all of that, but, Maya, and also seeing Santiago and all of that was just so fun. In the first book, the second book, Liam and, Liam and, what's her name? Not Sophie. I forgot her name. I don't know. It will come back to me, I promise, but for now, I don't remember. But it was such a fun book, too, and I loved it. And, and then we started seeing more snippets of Jax. Obviously, Jax was introduced a long time ago, but, we saw that, and then we saw a snippet of Sophie. No, sorry. So Liam and Sophie, and then it was Elena. So, Elena, which, I don't know, it reminds me of, the Vampire Diaries. And then, so we, so then I decided to read the third book because I finished the second book. The second book I rated it 4 stars too. They're both so good, really great books, the first 2 books. And then I decided to read Wrecked, which is between, as I said, Jax and and Elena. And I think it's probably going to be my favorite one of the entire series. I have a feeling. I really love the characters. I love Jax. He is one of my favorites, for many different reasons, I love him and I love Elena. And both of them have their issues, but it's just so fun. I haven't finished the third book yet, so things could change, which I hope not. I like how it is going. I'm 75% through it. I'm probably gonna finish it tonight, and after that, I'll probably go into the 4th book. But I'm just so happy. I love this book. It's gonna be my favorite. I call it. I don't want to jinx it, but I'm sure the 3rd book is gonna be my favorite. And I'm actually I see Lauren Asher's writing through it. And I read her Dreamland Billionaire series and her. Forgot the name of the other one, Lakefront Billionaires. I loved both of them. They're her later works. This is her first series I think that she wrote. I could be wrong, but I think it is. So seeing her and her early writing is just so fun. I love it. It's a fun, cozy romance. Well, technically it's it's F1, but it's just so fun to read. It's just so quick and passes the time so well. I enjoy them so much. The second book I was reading yesterday and the third I started yesterday night and I was continuing it today. But yeah, that's that. I have the 4th book. Actually, I don't think I have a 4th book. I couldn't find where Collided is or whatever Redeemed. Yeah, that's the 4th book. I don't know where Redeemed is. I can't find it. So I don't know if I'll even get to the 4th one. But the 4th one is between, which F1 player was it? There's Noah, there's Liam, there's Jack. I know there's another one, but those are the trio, I would say. Let me find who's the 4th. Oh, Santiago. Exactly. That's who I'm missing. Santiago. I'm actually surprised she didn't make a book for Elena's best friend. I forgot the dude's name, but him. I'm surprised she didn't make a book for him too, because he's an F1 driver, so you could easily do that, and I feel it could be such a fun addition with who he is and all that. But it's fine. And oh wait, all of these books, it shows as if they were released in 2024. It's probably wrong. I don't know. But honestly, guys, before I left on the trip, every time before I leave on a trip, I always start downloading books like a mad woman. Every time, like clockwork, before a trip, I start downloading a bunch of books onto my Kindle and onto my phone. I don't know what's wrong with me. I keep on doing that. And, what's, I wouldn't say it's a bad thing, but, when it comes to the part where, I have a bajillion books already downloaded, especially on my Kindle, it's just girl, what are you doing? Just read the books that you have. But I can't do that. I can't fathom doing that. So I feel the need to buy, I think I got, 16 books, I think I downloaded. Let me check. let me talk to you guys about the other ones that I decided to download. I decided to download the entire, I forgot the series name, but it's like by Lola King. Beautiful Fiend, Heartless Beloved, Delightful Sins, Lawless God, those 4. And like, because I've heard a bunch about it, and you know, like, I need to read it. It is a dark romance though, so I don't know how good it will go. And then I also have The Conditions of Will I decided to read. I decided to put on there. I don't know if I'll read it on this trip. And then I also have the entire Beartown trilogy. Beartown, Us Against Us, Us Against You, and The Winners, which I think I will read this trip. I also have The Wrath of the Fallen, which is the 4th book in the Book of Azrael series. Then we have In My Dreams I Hold a Knife, and Good Spirits, which is the last one. I think probably on this trip, after I finish Collided, I will try again to find the 4th book. If I don't find it, then I'll probably read or Beartown or The Wrath of the Fallen, I think. That is my thing. That's like how my brain is thinking, what it might want to read, but I don't know. It really depends on what will happen and what kind of mood I am in after I finish this book. And yeah, but like if I find Redeemed, I will read Redeemed, you know, but like if I don't find it, then I'll read something else instead. But yeah, that's it. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow probably on any new updates that I have on anything, honestly. But yeah, bye. Hey, bookwormies. Oh no, you guys are tilted so far. Okay, no, that's still not straight. Give me a second. Okay, that looks a bit better. I don't know how well you guys see at all. You are standing at the most like random place possible, but whatever. It is the next day. We have to talk, okay? I finished the 3rd book in the Dirty Year series, which is it Collided? Is it another one name? I'm bad with names. You know that. I know that. We've known that since forever. Wrecked. Collided was the 2nd book. Wrecked. Yeah, I finished that. I gave it 4.25 stars. It was by far the best one out of the series. Obviously, I've not read Redeemed, but this was so good. I loved Wrecked. Okay, I just love Jax. I love Jax, and I love Elena. They're like, obviously, is their childhood a bit like dark? Yes, but I feel like it gives us a more emotional connection. I wish the circumstances didn't have to be that like, oh, it's so morbid that like I feel more connected to them. Like I wish that wasn't the circumstances, but that's just what it is. But I loved those. That's by far my favorite one. I wasn't able to find Redeemed, so I decided to read something else. At the start, I was like, oh wait, let me read The Wrath of the Fallen. No, I did not. I don't know. I don't feel like reading it. Maybe in the mood for a different fantasy, but just not this one. So I just decided to read Beartown. Because what screams fantasy more than Beartown? It does not scream fantasy. I don't know. Honestly, I just started it, so I have no feelings whatsoever. Don't ask me how I'm feeling about it, because I have no thoughts. This brain, nothing. I'm like 2% into it, I think. Something like that. I don't want to check on my phone. But yeah. So I don't have any thoughts in this head, but I just wanted to update you guys to now, because later I was not planning on doing that. But yeah, also I want to show you guys what I'm currently crocheting. I think I showed it to you guys in a few vlogs back, but I've been progressing through it steadily, surely. I don't know how it went, the saying, but I finished the front and back panel. They look so cute. I love it. It's giving like ombre effect. And then I'm working through the first sleeve. It's still a long way to go, but you know, I'm really enjoying it, and I feel like it's gonna be such a fun sweater. But yeah, this is a little bit of crochet talk, so you guys probably won't understand what's going on unless if you're a crocheter, or you sort of just get the gist of it. But pretty much, I'm using this stitch that is sort of like long, but I wish I used, like, I'm using the double crochet for any of the crocheters out there, and I wish I used a treble or a triple, because I feel like that would have looked so much better, because the whole idea of this sweater is for it to be loose and stuff like that. So like the double, it's good, but I wish I used the treble stitch. But I'm not gonna frog all of this, because if any of you guys are familiar with mohair yarn, frogging it, impossible. I was working on the second panel, like the back side, and then I was looking back on it and I was like, wait, no, this is so wrong looking. So I had to like frog a bunch of it. It took me so long, and I was like, okay, I might as well just cut this yarn up and just throw it in the mid, because this is not going to work out. But I was able to, with a lot of patience and perseverance, a bunch. And I tried like a billion tricks. I tried the trick of putting it into a plastic baggie and then putting it into the freezer. No, did not work for me. What worked was just like, I don't know, there was this one video that showed how they frog specifically mohair. It worked, but like if you pull too hard on it, it's just gonna... it's pretty much like, you don't even need scissors to cut this apart. You could use your hands, it's very easy. So yeah, mohair is very unstable, I would say. I don't know if that's the right word, but to me that's the only word in this head right now. And so that's what's going on. Anyways, yeah, that's that in terms of crochet and bookish updates. Skiing was good today, though we did actually go to a spot where like it was off-piste, and it was just, guys, the snow went up to my ankles, if not higher, and I fell down because I don't really go off piste that much, and when it's this high up, not easy. I tell you, not easy. I literally just fell down. I lost my balance completely. Getting up when your booty is halfway in to the snow, not easy. I tell you, not easy. Take it from me. At this point, I recommend just staying there. Like, or dig yourself out. Literally, there's no other way. Like, to get your entire body out, especially since, like, if your booty's in there, then your skis and your legs are also deep in there. It is not easy to get out, I can tell you that much. Not fun. Not a fun experience. I was probably laying there for like 10 minutes just trying to get out. Not fun. Yeah. That's all I really want to talk about. I don't know. I don't feel like there's anything else I need to say. Though I do need to start editing the vlog. Or was it? Yeah, it's a vlog. I need to start editing the Crescent City vlog because it's Monday. My schedule, like, usually, I used to have like a very strict schedule where it's like, or Fridays or Sundays. Like, every summer, I would post twice a week, try to, whenever I could. And then when I get back into the school season, I choose Fridays or Sundays to post my videos. But this year, it's just been so wackadoodle. Like, I remember at the start of the school year, videos were all over the place. I would have like 2 weeks without a video and stuff like that. Because I was just trying to get into the groove of school, and especially new school. So it's just not fun. And then now, I thought I would have like Monday as my upload schedule because it changed after winter break, after like pretty much a book miss. And now I feel like it's just like I don't have time, especially now on vacation. I don't have time to edit such a vlog, and also I am just so lazy. Like, I tell you, I am one of the laziest people you will meet. I get tired of things very easily, and when they're like, I love vlogs, don't get me wrong, they're probably my favorite thing to film. I love sit down videos, and they're really easy to edit, so if I want something easy, I'll go for those, and I love to chat up, you know, but like, especially travel vlogs, those are my absolute favorites. So this vlog is guaranteed to be one of the faves, you know, but like, editing those, not easy. It's like, it takes a while, especially when I have a lot of footage, and the Crescent City vlog, it has quite a bit of footage. I was planning to have more, but it didn't work out that way in the end, which better for editing me, but I don't know how, you know, nice the video will turn out. But yeah, I should probably get to editing. I'm going to be editing tonight, so tomorrow maybe I'll post the vlog, ? I don't know. Anyways, that's all I really wanted to talk about. I will be continuing Beartown. I'll be continuing to edit and to crochet, and tomorrow I'll come with an update. So yeah. Anyways, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, Bookwormies. So I didn't talk to you guys yesterday because I was a bit busy and I sort of just, I don't know, I couldn't find the right time where I could talk to you guys freely and like just, you know, yap for a while. But now I have some time because I got back from skiing, guys. The snow is just getting worse, honestly. I think I talked to you guys yesterday, but last time I talked to you guys, I told you guys how, like, the visibility was bad, but, you know, like, the snow was good and we found a good spot, but, like, visibility-wise, horrible. Yesterday, it started getting sunny. You're starting to feel the sweat. Like, bro, I am in a coat. I'm in ski pants and all this. I am not here to feel warm, you know? But the sun was out. The sun was like, yes, girl, I'm here to get you sunburned. I don't think I'm that sunburned. Like, obviously, you can feel a difference, and this is, like, a ski sunburn, not a, well, tan. I didn't get burnt, happily. There's no story from a few years back where I got burnt on my nose and it was horrible. Everybody afterwards at school was like, girl, what happened to you? You know, but like, yeah. But I got a tiny lit ski tan going on, but that's it. But today, it was just even worse. The snow would start, like, at the morning, it was, like, okay. But towards the evening, the snow was wet as hell. You might be like, girl, snow is wet. What are you talking about? But if you ski, you know what I'm on. You know what I'm talking about. Because the snow just does not get better. It does not get better with sun in its face. But, you know, there were a lot of moguls, like a lot of bumps, which are not fun, you know? You think bumps, yay, you could fly up. You don't want to do that. You don't. Unless if you're a professional, then maybe you do. But, you know, I'm not that kind of professional. But, you know, outside of the ski factor, reading-wise, I have been feeling great. So, as I told you guys last time, I started reading Beartown. If you don't know what Beartown is, it is pretty much like a hockey-based story. And, like, I'd say, like, the first 15-20%, maybe even more, maybe even almost 30% is a lot of hockey. It's a bit more hockey talk, but afterwards it just gets better. Let me explain a bit about the story, because I just sort of jumped in saying hockey, and that's how I said it, but let me explain. So, this story is based in a small town where their entire life is hockey, and that's what I was going at when I was talking about hockey a few seconds ago. And, like, we're sort of following all of these sort of characters, I guess I would say, that are part of this town, and, you know, and we sort of, like, it's a lot of stuff. I don't know how to explain it, because I really can't say anything, because afterwards it starts being a bit more, less about hockey, and more about, like, other things about the town and the community. Like, you start really getting, like at the start, it's like a very introductory kind of stuff. So like yesterday, I was still 30% before I was finally like, girl, we need to actually read. And I knew like unless if I forced myself to get through some more, I was not going to enjoy the book. So I actually just sat down by the couch that we have here in this room. I got a blanket on, I got my Kindle, and I just started reading, and I got to like 60%. I was enjoying it so much because the plot started building up. Like, you really start to see the relationship. Like, they're building the relationship, they're talking about it, but they're also explaining a lot about hockey, which is not this girl's favorite. I can tell you that much. Like, I can watch hockey, sure, but like, I'm not gonna go out of my way to find a hockey book. You know, like, if it's a hockey romance, sure, because that's a sports romance side of idea, you know? But, like, if it's a hockey-based story where there's a lot of hockey talk, I'm not gonna go out of my way to read that, you know? And, like, I wasn't sure about this book, how it's gonna be, because it's so hyped everywhere. Beartown is, like, so known everywhere, that I was just like, I don't know what to expect from this. It could go really horribly for me, because I actually tried to read A Man Called Ove by Frederick Bachman a while ago, like, towards the end of 2024, I DNF'd it, but I soft DNF'd it. In the way that, like, I knew I just wasn't in the mood for it. It's a slow start. You need to get through that. You need to just get through that introductory part, through that 30%, I would say, and then it starts to build up. I'm sure that Man Called Ove is pretty much the same idea in terms of, like, how it is built, and, like, it probably starts feeling more afterwards, but I just wasn't in the mood for it then. That's why I never finished it. I want to come back to it now that I've read Beartown, because seeing Frederick Bachman's writing it's amazing. I actually really like the writing. I have a bunch of quotes just, like, written down, annotated, because this is a book you could annotate, and, like, obviously there are some annotations that have to do with the plot, but I have a few that maybe anxiety can act as an internal gravity, shrinking the soul. That is one that I really liked for some reason. Wait, let me see if this one. And then there was, like, this part. Why does anyone care about hockey? Because it tells stories. And I feel like a lot of sports talk about that. Okay, and also this one, it sort of resonates with me. I don't know why I feel for it, but it's like, perfection isn't a goal in the family. I don't know. I'm just gonna bleep out the family just in case. It's the norm. Their home is white and precise, an advertisement for right angles. You know, like, it's kind of like the perfect town family, thinking they have no issues sort of way. I don't know. I feel like it's like that. And then, it's only a game. It only resolves tiny insignificant things, such as who gets validation, who gets listened to. It allocates power and draws boundaries and turns people into stars and others into spectators. That's all. You know, like, there's a bunch of quotes here that I feel like are just so perfect in some way. I don't know. I really enjoyed this, though. The story, it was, even though the start was a bit slow, after you get through that bumpy ride, it's just smooth sailing. Well, I can't say smooth sailing, because if you know what happens, you know. But I finally get the hype in it. I didn't cry, if anybody wants to ask me that. No, I didn't. But I really enjoyed the story, and, like, the writing just really flowed. I loved it. It was a really good book. I rated it 4.5 stars. It was really good. And honestly, I just decided to start this book after one of my friends was talking about it. So, like, you know, I was like, you know what? I need to read it. I need to understand the hype around it. Now, am I gonna read Us Against You and, like, The Winners, like, the other two books in the trilogy? I don't know. That's my answer for you, because I read the description for Us Against You, but I don't know how I feel about it. Like, I know that probably, because if you read the Beartown description, it's only gonna tell you so much, and so, like, I feel like Us Against You, maybe just the description is very out there, and, like, maybe the plot is actually really good, but I don't know if I really feel if I will like it. You know, I don't know. Like, I read the first one, so I've gotten a sense of his writing, and I know I probably will at some point read the entire Beartown trilogy, like, finish it off. But for now, I'm not feeling it, so I don't think I'm going to read Us Against You and The Winners. I'm going to move to something else. Now, do I know what I'm going to move on to reading? No. Yeah, I have no clue, guys. Let me look at my files. What do I have going on over there? Let's see. Okay, I could start reading, if I feel like reading a dark romance series, I have that for myself. I could also read in My Dreams I Hold a Knife. Like, I don't know what I'm in the mood for. I'm in the mood for a romance, a dark romance, a thriller, or a fantasy. Like, I could also start reading Red Rising trilogy. Like, honestly, guys, I am getting so much about the Red Rising trilogy, mainly because Jamie Falk, I love her videos. She's so fun. She's so amazing. I love, like, her videos are comfort for me, and she's reading the Red Rising trilogy. Well, at this current point in time, she finished the second book in the like, the later series about, I think it's the children or something, or maybe them as adults. I don't know what it is. The later books. Like, there's the official Red Rising trilogy, and then there's after ones, like, later, that are, like, adjacent. And she just finished the second one, Lightbringer or something, or Light Oath, something like that. Something light. And I just want to read it just because of her. She's making me want to read so many different fantasies, so I don't know. I might, or just start a different fantasy, but I feel like, yeah. I think we're going to read a dark romance or a fantasy. It's very random that I'm choosing dark romance or fantasy, but, there's that. I don't know which one exactly I'll choose for now, but I will let you guys know probably tomorrow. Tomorrow's our last day of skiing, and the day after that, we are driving back home. And, then that will be the last time probably, and then at home, I will update you guys with final thoughts on everything. But yeah, that's that. So I don't know how much I'll read today and tomorrow, but don't you worry. The day after that, when we're driving back, I will probably be reading quite a bit, just because that's probably the only thing I will be doing in the car. But yeah, that's that. I will talk to you guys later. Bye. Hey, Bookwormies. So we have an update. We are back home, as you can see. So that pretty much tells us we are done with this ski travel vlog. I was going to talk to you guys yesterday, but then I just didn't, but I did choose what I was going to read, and, I've been reading it. Okay, so I'm going to get into the updates on the reading later, because first I have a few things I want to talk about. First of all, there's going to be a Michael Jackson movie, like a movie about him, that his nephew is going to play him, which to me sounds so insane, because I don't know, that just never crossed my mind. I know there are other movies about other famous people, after they died and all that. I think there's like one or two others that I've heard of, but like there's obviously quite a few. I haven't watched them, I haven't been interested in them, but this is Michael Jackson. This is the king of pop, the king of everything, which to me just sounds so insane that he's just like, there's just gonna be a movie about his life. I don't know. That's sort of all I wanted to say. I don't know if I'll be watching it, but I think so. I will. Also, guys, okay, you might have to give me a second. I'll tell you guys in a second. Give me just 1 minute. 1 minute. I can actually try to explain while I'm getting it off, but, I have a picture frame next to my bookshelf, and it looks like it broke or something. I don't know, guys. I'm scared. I'm just gonna put it down, because I'd rather it not break and fall down, and then the glass will break with it, so I'm just gonna put it on my bed, and after I finish talking to you guys, I'm gonna see what is going on with that, because I just looked over now while I was starting to talk to you guys, and I just see, like, the bottom of the frame just cracked down. Yeah, no, I don't know if that isn't, yeah, it's probably an issue. I'm trying to make it sound like it's not, but it looks a bit like a problem. It looks a little bit better, because when I pulled it downwards, like, kinda, I don't know, guys. I don't know what's going on with that. I'm just gonna put it there on the bed for now, and then later I'll figure it out. For now, I need to talk to you guys. You guys are the important thing here. Yeah, there's the picture frame gone, but let's go into bookish updates. So, you might be asking, Romy, so what did you start reading? I decided to start 2 books, which is sort of now abnormal for me, which, if you asked a year ago me, it would be not abnormal, because, like, I remember, like, a year ago or something, I would, like, start 2 books at the same time, and I'd have one that's on my Kindle, one that's on my phone, and I'd be reading them. That was when I had more time in school and all of that, and, like, because I didn't want to have them on same book on 2 different devices, so I just got 2 different books on 2 different devices, and, like, if I didn't have my phone, then I could read on my Kindle. If I didn't have my Kindle, then I'd be reading on my phone, and, like, you sort of like that, I stopped a long time ago, sort of because it got confusing, and I feel like also because I just, like, I don't know, I just didn't want, I don't know what happened, I just one day stopped doing that, and since then I've never gone back, but I couldn't decide what I wanted to read at all. Like, I literally could not decide. So I decided to start 2 books, which was Beautiful Fiend and Red Rising. Let's start with Beautiful Fiend, because turns out I finished it. Yeah, I was reading it super quickly. It is a dark romance, and it is like a series I've been hearing a bunch about, but it's like, this is sort of like a Duncan to the dark romance genre, because I've only read, like, 3 other series that are dark romance. One of them was a light one. No, 4. Yeah, I think 4. I read Lights Out, those 2 books, and then there's also Game On that's coming out, but that is like a light dark romance, I would say. And then I read another series. I have a whole video for Valentine's Day for last year where I was reading that series, I think, or something like that. And then I read The Mindfuck, but, like, to me it's a different type of book. It is one of my favorites, honestly. I love that book. So it's to me like one book, like one series in a book, because each book is like 200, 300 pages ish. So, like, the author put it all into one. That one was amazing. And then there's, this one. I think there's only this one now. Yeah, but I decided to start this one because I've been hearing so much about it. I didn't know much going into it. Like, obviously I knew what genre it was, but that's it. And that, like, a lot of people really loved it. And that's all it really was for me. But I decided to start reading it. And, guys, it was so good. It was so fun. It is very different. Like, don't go into this being like, oh, yay, let's just read this book. And don't go into it like that. You sort of need to know what you're getting into before you start. But it was super fun. It was super good. I really loved it. I really loved Cade. And I really like the FMC. Love her, love her, love her. Billy, she's so fun. And the fact that she's named, well, probably not named after, but her name is the same as Billie Eilish, one of my favorite artists. Super insane. I don't know, I just love that fact. Even though, like, probably the author was just like, oh, I like the name Billy. And she was like, let's choose that, but I don't know. I just thought of that now, and I'm like, yay, I'm happy that too. But yeah, I really love both of them, and it was such a fun book to read, and it was just so quick-paced, very easy to get through. I feel like I didn't have any issues with it. I ended up rating it, like, 3.75/4 stars. I think it's the 4 stars for me in the end. I think I just lowered to 3.75 because I was unsure if it was just like my thoughts then that just made it seem like that, or if it was actually 4 stars. So, but it is a 4. I really loved it. I really enjoyed it. It was so fun. I'm excited actually to continue the North Shore series. I think I'm going to enjoy it a lot, honestly. So yeah, I am going to be continuing it. That's for sure. Now, the other book, Red Rising, that I decided to start, I'm halfway through it. It is a book. It is a hefty one. It is not a hefty one. It's not thick. It's not a Alchemized. It's not a Kingdom of Ash, But it's hefty more in its importance and how much it is loved everywhere, and the fact that it's more sort of sci-fi rather than a fantasy or anything else that I've read. And I don't really read sci-fi, like, ever. I don't think I've read a single sci-fi in my life. So, this is sort of like a start to a new genre, and then it's also like it's something that I've seen everywhere. I've seen everybody talk about Red Rising. It is super popular. It is super beloved. And, I've been interested to read it for a long, long time. I just haven't because I've been scared. And also because I don't know, how am I going to feel about it? Am I going to love it? Am I going to hate it? And I just decided, I'm going to start it because I actually had to download it for quite a bit. Actually, not that long onto my Kindle. And then I finally just decided, let's read it because I was like, it's already on my Kindle. I have so many books on my Kindle. Let's read it, And that's why I decided to start it. If nobody knows what Red Rising is about, it's pretty much in the sci-fi world. I think it's it feels like it's billions of years after Earth, where they're living in different planets like Mars, and then they also have the gas planets, Jupiter. There's this whole thing, and they have this other hierarchy where reds are the worst of them all. There's bronzes. I don't know if there's other normal colors, but I think the highest ranking people are the golds, if I'm right. And we're following this one dude. His name is Darrow, and he is a red. Yeah, they're the lowest ones. And they are sort of he works all day. He believes that he and his people are pretty much making the surface of Mars livable for future generations. That's them, pretty much. But then it turns out that him and his kind, the Reds, have been, pretty much betrayed, and they discovered that the humanity has reached all sorts of other things already, where they have, vast cities and lush wilds across, a billion other places. That there's more, and that pretty much the Reds are just slaves. They don't really have a class to them. And there's, people have been ruling them for centuries, and they just, I don't know, haven't noticed? I don't know how to explain it. And, yeah. And he, pretty much what happens, okay, I can say this, thankfully, because I wasn't sure how much I could say, but he is tasked to infiltrate the Institute to become one of the golds and, to do the thing that he needs to do. I can't say a lot, but, that's sort of the idea. I don't know, I don't remember how many there were, other people between the Reds and the golds, but the golds are some of the highest, I think, or the highest they are. I'm not sure. I'm really bad with all of this. It took me a while because I feel at the start it felt a lot of info dump and just a lot of words, and I don't know, maybe I was tired or something, but when I started reading it, I was just I was a bit just confused about what was going on in the book. Afterwards, though, it got better, and I started registering, because my brain at the start was just no, I'm not going to comprehend any of this. But in the end, I got it. So yeah, but it is really good so far. I'm really enjoying it. I don't think it's going to be a 5-star read, but we never know. It depends. There's a lot of things that were just going on in the book, but I'm enjoying it. I'm interested to see how it continues, and that's all I really can say. I really love Darrow. He's a fun character, and there's this other thing that happened with this other character, and I'm this is going to come back later on, for sure. We're going to see it later. Something's going to happen over there. I can't say much, but yeah. But pretty much that's that. But yeah, I don't really have any other updates, book-wise or life-wise. So yeah, I think I'm going to end the video here, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed today's ski reading vlog. I feel like it was pretty successful. We read quite a few books. We had some romances. We had a dark romance. We had Beartown, which is a realistic fiction. I don't know. And we also have Red Rising. I will be continuing Red Rising in my day-to-day. You'll probably see it, or probably in the February wrap-up. I'll put it there no matter what. Even though today's the last day of February, but, that's whatever. Anyways, yeah. That's all I really wanted to say, but I hope you guys enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye!